Please describe your job title and primary duties.
At first I got hired as a cafe cashier, but then I moved into the Starbucks right next to it, so I was a barista there. And then I kind of worked for both. Barista, like you make the drinks, you help them decide, and then as a cafe cashier, they had like a nice little salad bar area and like prepared foods area that I was the cashier for. And then if customers came up like, oh, where is the eggs or whatever, I'd be like, oh, in aisle 10.
What was the work environment like?
The work environment, I'd say, is really great. I worked with a bunch of people. The person who trained me actually goes to Cleveland State, so I'm still friends with her too. And so that's really nice.
What was your favorite part about working there?
Probably like making the drinks and everything and just like goofing off with my coworkers.
Please describe the application and interview process.
Well, I actually went there on a day when they were doing like open interviews, and I had like a printout of my resume with me. And so I went in, they just asked like a bunch of typical interview questions like, oh, where have you worked before? That was my first job, so I said nowhere. But then I said, I'm like a really hard worker, I'm a fast learner, all the like typical things you'd say during a job interview. And then I guess they basically kind of hired me on the spot there because that was like their special like little event going on. And so within, I want to say like a couple weeks, I started training there, I guess.
What questions did the interviewer ask during the job interview?
So it was like, well, like, is this going to be your first job? Do you have any experience? What sort of qualities are you like make you really good at your job? What kind of things would you say are like some of your faults? Things like that.
How were you notified that you received the job?
Well, like I said, after the interview, they like hired me essentially like right there. It just maybe took like 1 or 2 weeks for like my background check and everything to go through, and then like to coordinate a day to me to start training because I was graduating high school then too. So that like 2 weeks that my background check was going through, I was like graduating and doing all that.
What set you apart from other candidates?
Well, the fact that I would say I have a really like positive and like very open personality, so I was like really good at talking to people, and that job, most of it I would say was talking to the customers and helping them like pick out a drink or like telling them where things are, and I feel like that was it.
What other advice would you give to a job seeker looking to gain employment?
I definitely say have your resume like on hand when you go to the interview, just to, like give them a copy, highlight some of your strengths that you might have. They definitely are looking for people who learn really quickly, and they are hard workers too. So it's a good like first job for someone who's like fresh out of high school or like looking for a part-time job in college, I definitely say.